FunPop. FunPop. Hey everybody, welcome to FunPop. We are live, and I gotta fix this shit. Like, I never know who's gonna be here, so it's like, whoa, like, I gotta try and mess this up real quick. Hi everybody, we're like a bunch of little smush squares right now, but we're getting bigger. We're getting bigger.
You can see the top of my head.
Yeah. What is going on? Welcome to the show. I appreciate everybody being here in the chat, and we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna be discussing the Batman and also some Disney stuff. Probably a little bit shorter show today. We all want to play Elden Ring and got things to do, but like, we gotta have a show, right? We gotta have a show. We gotta have some fun. So first off, thank you to our panel for being here. Amazing mellow fellow from outer space, Psychonauts. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Good, man. Enjoying my day. Got some good news. Was able to download Elden Ring because we game share with my brother, so that's gonna be fun. It's almost done, so hopefully after the show it's ready to go.
Yeah, man.
And I can get this. FOMO was killing me, guys, seriously.
Yeah, everybody in the world's talking about Elden Ring.
Everybody. And yeah. I'm sitting here like, I'm not playing it. I'm not playing the game of the year game.
Yeah, well, now you're gonna get to play it, dude. I told you you're gonna get it sooner or later soon, so and enjoy the hell out of it. It's gonna kick your ass, but
I know that's the best part.
Pays off.
That's the fun part.
It'll be too easy.
The game's too easy.
Now maybe I'll be like, Jasper, almost level 100.
Yeah, level 98, Jasper. How much does it cost? What? Yeah, how much does it cost to level up now for you, Jasper?
I think my next level is going to cost almost 60,000.
Wow.
Dang. So I have to pay you 60,000 for you to rank up my account.
Do you? How much can you get from the biggest enemy? Do you go around just fight bosses at this point? I mean,
yeah, I've cleared most of the boss. I've cleared all the bosses on the starting island, so I'm kind of working my way up to a volcano and the capital land if you've been there. But
wow, so even the smaller enemies at that point give you more, or they just still give you
No, it's just the same. Whatever. A deer's still always going to give you 5, so it's
so it's just a grind aspect, crazy, man. But how's it going besides that, Jasper?
Pretty good. I've spent the last week just playing that, so I haven't really thought about much else. Just playing Elden Ring.
Right on. I don't blame you, dude. It's a freaking amazing game. Shout out to Dron TJ, the $5 super chat. He says, "Hi guys." Hi, Dron TJ. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you, dude, as always. And we have 3-bit fresh out of the dentist who's just got some dental surgery done, and now he's speechless and his mouth hurts.
Yes,
something like that. I don't know. I just know he's been to the dentist. I don't know why his mouth hurts, but how's it going, dude?
Not too shabby. I was adulting today, doing shopping and going to the dentist, adulting stuff.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't try and go to the dentist on Thanksgiving or something like that.
And I've been playing Elden Ring.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. And I've had mixed thoughts about it. I think if you guys see my post, I was like, Elden Ring sucks. I don't like this game. And then if you followed my post a couple days later, I was like, I kind of like this game. So
yeah.
I've been playing some Elden Ring. But excited to talk about Batman. I'm gonna see it Friday. So
me too.
Hey.
I'm gonna see it.
I know they released it early.
I'm gonna see it during the day, early on Friday, I think. So that way, most people are either at school or at work, and I don't have to sit next to as many people. Thursday is gonna be
it's gonna be packed.
Crazy Thursday night, So
yeah.
But,
Did they increase the prices over there for you? Because I heard
AMC is charging more, and I don't know why. I have a theory. It's because it's a long runtime, 3 hours, because you can only have less showings. So
No.
Or they just are getting away with it because it's Batman.
I think that's
Yeah.
what they're trying to do. Charge
Yeah.
more for bigger movies and see if they can make more money off of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they haven't put the numbers in at theater wise in
Yeah.
a long time, other than Spider-Man is the first movie, and they didn't increase the price. So they're like, oh, another comic book hero, maybe it'll do as good as Spider-Man. So let's jack up the rate so we can
Yeah.
get more money. I mean,
Yeah, makes
it
sense.
is what it is.
I mean, like honestly, it doesn't surprise me. Like really, the movie tickets are not that expensive. Like if you're just being real, like they're like for a standard movie theater, like you're talking about less than $15 still for the most part. You know, like I can go to the movies for like $11 and sit in a decent theater pretty easy. You know, so it. But that being said, you go to the movies and you pay like $6 for a Dr. Pepper, right? Or like $5 for a box of Sweet Tarts, you know,
Or
stuff
$8
like that.
for a large popcorn.
Right. They got so that's where they're making.
That's
a lot
where
of
they
money.
make.
Yeah.
They don't make money off the movies. Like
not as much as we would think. You know what I mean? I think that the tickets, like the movie, like is a way to get people in there so they can buy stuff, and then obviously they do make the money on the seats, but you would think they got to embrace these huge movies that draw lots of people to the theater, like these, because it's like an event when a movie like this releases. You know?
Yeah, I just don't want them to be like in only big movies now. You pay an extra $2 or whatever for it.
Yeah.
It's like that's where I'm like afraid this is going. They're like, in the next Marvel movie, you got to pay $2 extra if you want to see that. But meanwhile, fucking Disney princess movies, $5 in the next. It's like whatever.
Right.
You know?
But what if they just up the price on all movies? You'll be okay with that?
If they do it fair and square,
right?
Keep it fair
across the board, guys.
Level
playing field.
I don't. It's almost like for some reason, usually I'm like really against like things going up, but like if this makes more big movies and spectacle and it allows this to happen more, then like I don't know how the commissions work, like or the structure works, like between the theaters and the like and like the studios, right? Like I don't know how much they get off of the movie tickets versus the theater. You know what I mean?
The theater has to rent the movie. Like they have to like actually go to like rent the movie to be able to play it. So like they lose a lot of money there. That's why they make all their money off popcorn and stuff. That's why.
Right. Okay. So there's not like a percentage sharing of like the box office.
I don't think so. I think it's like 100%. Whatever you pay for like to go see the movie, the studio gets that.
Right. Well, maybe they're getting charged more from the studios now for like those movies.
It is Warner Brothers.
I honestly just think they knew the movie was going to be really big, and they're like, let's capitalize on this, and because it's getting good reviews. A lot of people are looking forward to this movie, so I'm sure AMC is like, ooh, this can make us even more money if we up the price by a few bucks.
How much is it like the standard ticket price for? I know it's different like regionally. Like in California, it's probably a lot more expensive than it here in Texas.
I think it's like
$6
where I'm at.
$6. I'm gonna look at my movie ticket. I'll tell you.
I mean, that's like so cheap. You know what I mean? Like, you can buy like a Happy Meal's almost $6 now. You know what I mean? Like it's. I just don't really ever complain about the movie ticket prices because for me it's kind of like it's not a luxury, but it's like, hey, it's like a little event thing you get to go do. It's a fun activity, and it's relatively cheap if you're not buying all the concessions. Like if you go in there and you don't buy shit, and you just go and sit down and watch the movie, like you're getting out of there in like a lot of times like less than $10, and you got to see a badass movie in a huge theater. You know, like I don't know, it doesn't really.
I don't really have any like big movie theater chains around me though, so
yeah,
I have a lot of like independent, smaller chains.
Right. Vic the Click says $15 for an IMAX. See, that's not that much to me.
See,
either.
I just looked at my ticket. I just looked at my receipt because I was curious. $25.86, but I bought two of them, so it was $55.
$25 for a movie ticket?
Yeah.
For
to be fair, it is like the IMAX, like the biggest thing you can get. Like what is it? 40x or something like that.
Yeah, but we have that too, but even those aren't that much. They're like, I don't know, babe. How much are those here for like the IMAX and stuff, baby. I have no idea. Shout out to John TJ with another $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir, so much. He says Elden Ring is a love-hate relationship. LOL. I love Batman. Yeah, I love Elden Ring, and I get pissed off at it at times as well. And also, I love Batman, as you can see from these pictures behind me.
Mine range between $6 and $8 depending on what time you go.
Is that theater seating, or is that just like old school theater?
That's like theater seating.
Like just I mean stadium seating. Like is it like tiered stacks of seats?
Yeah, it's like stacked. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's just a normal theater, right? That's not IMAX or anything.
Yeah, it's just a normal theater.
How much is IMAX over there?
The closest IMAX is like an hour away, so I've never go there.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, so like over here, like I'm looking right now in Florida, AMC and Regal are like $12 for a
Why
standard.
do I get the expensive?
Did you buy your tickets on Fandango?
That's what I'm.
Okay. Well, Vic just said that Fandango charges you like $5 on top for service. Don't know what service they do.
Oh no, let me look at these fees.
Yeah, you probably got some extra service fees, like a booking fee, like all these other things too.
Yeah.
If you look at go to the theater website. That's the way you look at the price.
I'm looking at my receipt. I don't see a convenience fee is $3.58.
So
it jumped from $51 because I bought 2 tickets to $55.
Wow, that's crazy.
Jesus Christ! But you know what though? Going through Georgia, your gas was like almost $4 a gallon. While everyone else was like under $3. Like it was like $3.50, $3.25.
Well, yeah. Why is Georgia so expensive, man? That's crazy.
It's Georgia.
Everything is expensive over here. Like you can get
because it's the new Hollywood. I blame The Walking Dead.
I mean, Cycle's not even wrong. That's the thing. Like there's
you live near Alexandria.
I used to.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I don't know where I live now. I don't know what the heck is over here.
You don't know where you live, like.
I don't know.
I don't know where you live. Is there a movie theater near? Or like, how far are you driving to go to the movies?
Movies. That stuff is kind of close. I just generally I don't know the history of this area or anything.
The history of it. Okay.
But my previous house, they had the Pinewood Studios where they filmed Endgame. Like I was in the Endgame studio, and that was really cool. And then they start putting like there's like a walking trail near my house, and that's where they filmed like Walking Dead. And I feel like after all of those shows and movies came to Georgia, everything's like whoop, started going up.
So Kate,
not even wrong.
Kate says IMAX here is $18.79. Vic says there for him it's $15. And again, it's always dependent on the actual theater chain and the theater too, because we have a lot of those like, eat-in theaters where it's like a restaurant / theater, but they're like really nice and they still got really good big screens and they have waiters that bring you your food.
Still cheap. Like that means if you guys both got tickets to IMAX to go see Batman, it'll be $37.
Yeah.
Mine is freaking $55.
Well, you paid service fees too, Like go to your website for your theater is what you need to do. And not don't go to Fandango.
$5.
That's where I bought the ticket.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying.
Like,
don't buy the tickets at Fandango. Just go to the website for the theater and buy your tickets online there.
Oh, okay, I see.
Shout out to John TJ with another $10 super chat, dude. He says, "You guys are lucky. It's $13 plus tax for a regular ticket." Yeah, it also depends on the time of day. If you go during the day, it's cheaper. If you go at like 7 at night, you're paying more, right? John TJ again with the $5 super chat, dude. You're going crazy with the super chats, dude. I super appreciate you, man. He says to add to the last super chat, that's in my state, Washington. Okay, so Washington State is $13 for regular movie ticket. So I don't know how much like Friday during the day is, but I'm guessing $3, but you probably paid for like prime time, like the initial like release.
Is it after 6 o'clock, 3-bit?
Yeah, it's a late showing.
Yeah, so
because I work for I'm doing so much on Friday, it's ridiculous. So I needed a late showing.
Yeah, Victor Click says in chat, he says that the 4DX is normally $22, $26 depending where you live because it has seat vibration.
Yeah.
So
And it also like
Oh.
squirts shit in front of you and stuff.
Really?
yeah,
Yeah,
So that you're getting the
I
4D.
thought that was just at Disney. I don't got none of that shit around here.
Yeah.
Wait, so when Batman is like, it's raining, am I gonna feel some sprinkles?
No, yeah, I mean it
Probably.
doesn't
And
get
I-
wet, but like it does like smells. It sprays like
mists
smells
and
and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember what
So-
movie I saw that with, but it scared the shit out of me. It was so distracting. I hate 40x. I absolutely hate it.
I've only done it at Disney. I haven't. This is
I
actually
wonder-
my first 40x.
I wonder how strong the vibration is, because if you bring a date along, is she gonna feel it?
I don't
Well,
know.
I mean,
see
go
Vic-
to,
I
go to
see
like
Vic
Twister when the tornadoes coming.
Yeah.
That shit's gonna be shit.
Yeah,
You
you
can
felt the wind.
you can turn
you
it
felt-
down.
You smelled the cow shit.
I mean, you
it
can
was
turn it
great.
down,
I
but
bet you.
there was like snowflakes in a movie that we saw. I think we went to
What,
see.
Polar Express?
No, I think maybe I took my daughter to see like Frozen 2 and 40x or something. I can't remember, but like it there was like fucking like stuff that like sprayed in the air and stuff, and I was like, what the fuck is this? It's so distracting. And so I hate 40x first off, just because you're sitting there trying to watch a movie and you're like sitting like next to some other like 60-year-old guy that's just sitting there with his like Coke. He's like, you know, and you're like, okay, it's a little awkward. I'm just trying to watch a fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like, this is like, are you talking about something that's not supposed to be that eventful either? Right?
Yeah.
And he's just, you know, like, it's just weird. So you can turn that shit down and your ass rumbles, your like back vibrates. It's like it takes you out of the most impactful scenes. All of a sudden you're like getting hyped up, right? And end game is happening. And all of a sudden you're like this. Could you imagine watching that
Like
send
Thanos.
in end game? And you're like fucking like this, so you can't see shit. And you have like stuff blowing on your neck, and you see like fucking like jizz flying in the air, you know, all of a sudden.
What in game are you watching?
I'm just saying, it's distracting. I want to watch a movie, right?
Are you watching 4DX in like adult movie theaters?
No.
No,
Yeah.
you see what Kate said? She said I would pay extra to sit and Magic Mike
You pay extra to sit.
40x.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
This is-
and that one, they have a bunch of male dancers that just show up and start dancing in front of you in the middle of the show.
And your seat pokes you in the butt.
I think Mav and everyone else has a different expectation of what 40x is.
No, it's just real. I'm saying, I'm telling you.
4Ds. It's 4Ds.
I'm not a fan. I don't understand the appeal of it because it's so distracting. It is.
I didn't even know, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I clicked purchase on the
just saw-
40x, I didn't know what it was.
It's like, they're the best. The guy, because
Like-
they cost more.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it costs more. It's probably
Oh, so you're
better.
seeing the Batman that I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
let me
when
know it.
Batman's
Let me
in
know
the-
how the Batman smells after the show.
He smells like vengeance, I'm sure.
You'll
Smells
probably
like
have
Teen
fun.
Spirit. Oh, you see what I did there? He smells like Teen Spirit.
Are you taking anybody with you?
Yes, taking a date with me.
Cool.
And then possibly my sisters might meet up with me there. Like my whole family might show up
Right on.
eventually. I don't know. We'll see.
How will
We'll
like the audience react if all these DC fans in there realize that you have a bunch of people that like have worked with Marvel sitting there in the theater with them? You think they're gonna like that or
I don't think they'll know.
no?
I
I'm
don't know,
sure
DC
3
fans,
Bits.
they're punks. They won't do nothing.
3 Bits family's got to be like famous where he's from.
We're all Marvel peeps.
Yeah,
For
it's
sure.
He moved, so he's not at that location. So if he was still there,
I'm in
maybe
disguise over here.
he went further
Yeah.
north.
He doesn't know
so-
where he's at.
It's like, look, there's
Yeah,
the
he-
family. There's the bits.
The bits.
The bits. 1 bit,
family
2 bit,
bits.
3 bit, 4, 5 bit, 6 bit. There's the bits and their dates. Mama
That'd be
bit,
cool, though.
Papa bit.
I only seen 4D movies at Disney, and it was
Hmm.
Bug's Life, and they made it so like they shot like air underneath the seat, so it felt like bugs were crawling on your leg. Do you guys ever do that?
Well, that's
I've
what.
been on some
yeah.
Disney rides that do that, but like I thought that
No.
was just at Disney. When you're all talking about this, is like this shit's at theaters. I don't have any of that near me.
Yeah.
I
You-
went to Disney in '88. Just to let you know.
in 88th.
Well, I want when Batman
Epcot wasn't even built yet. All right.
Batman's punching like that villain when in that trailer. I want the seat to have a fist come out and punch me too. So
that's 5D. That's 5D.
That's 5D.
Yeah.
It's 5D.
I didn't like 3D because I have to wear 2 different glasses every time I go see that, so it's just a pain in the ass and it's annoying.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, that's gotta suck. Yeah, got it. Could you have any special contraptions for me? Because I have glasses. Can you help me see through 3D better? Does it like hurt your face?
I mean, after a while, you just stop. Like, it's just like one of them's always sitting sideways. It's like,
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. It's annoying when you're wearing them like without glasses. So I can imagine having glasses and wearing them on top of those. Right?
Your glasses are smaller, like mine.
Yeah,
They're like the same size as the 3D glasses. So they're like fucking like all cockeyed, like, what is going on?
Yeah. I like to go during the day though, also because if I go to like a busy theater, it means I have to sit next to somebody. And I usually go by myself also, so it's a little awkward if I get like sandwiched between like 2 families, and I'm just like sitting there and like and then like the last time I went, I was going to sit in my seat and this lady had her purse in my chair, so she had to like move her purse, and then I sat down and then like she stood up and like moved away from me. And I'm like, okay, I'm just trying to sit in my seat, but then there was another time I went to the theater and there was a guy that was sitting next to me and he just was mumbling to himself the entire movie and he kept looking over at me, and that was pretty creepy as well. So didn't you say somebody took a shit in your theater once, 3-bit?
They peed.
Peed? Yeah.
Yeah, during
fuck?
Endgame.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
There was a guy in front of me. Oh, he was like more to my right.
Oh, you
He was
remember
on
it
my
vividly.
right side.
Yeah.
I do. And all you hear is the sound of his pee hitting the floor, right? And it smelled pretty bad.
What movie was
He had
this?
asparagus. He had
This
asparagus.
Well, this was
is
a big
the same
movie.
theater I'm going to see Batman, actually.
What like
guess who's
what
coming back?
wasn't this a big movie that you saw? Like what like
Endgame.
oh my
This is the
god.
first time I seen Endgame. And I did not let it bother me.
See, that
I
was 4D.
still-
You just didn't know it yet.
Yeah, Thanos.
It's like, why is it
As soon as-
raining? Why is it raining?
It's ridiculous. But yeah, he was peeing, and the guy next to him was furious. He was like, "It's like, dude, what are you doing? It's like, go to the bathroom." And he was really mad at him.
It's
and,
like I'm not missing the big scene.
Oh, he's like, sorry, man. Oh, sorry. And then
Oh,
I don't know.
sorry.
He kept
Wow.
peeing, but
Well, you can't.
Sorry.
I mean, he can't even stop mid flow. Like, was it?
I mean, it was a long movie. It was a long movie.
Yeah.
Endgame was like what, 2.5 hours?
That's why I don't get a drink when I go into the theater anymore, because I used to be able to withstand that shit, but then now like, I can't anymore. So
Yeah,
I
I
don't-
just get a small.
I don't get anything now. Like if I sit longer than 2 hours after drinking something substantial, I'm done. I'm like sitting there in like pain and like I have to go, and like I'll have to like leave
Now the
and then
movie's
come
3
back.
hours. It's longer.
And the
longer than
thing
Endgame.
is, you want to hold out to the last moment you possibly can, and that's when like the end of the movie is. Like, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to get up close to the end, so you sit there in like pain and suffering, and it like ruins the end of the movie for you.
Or you just pee in the corner like 3.
Or you could just pee like that guy, just pee sitting there.
Like his pee smelled so bad.
Did he
I
eat
felt bad for
asparagus?
everyone around him.
Have
I don't
some-
know what he ate, but it wasn't. He was like a homeless guy. And then after the
How did he get it in the movie? How did he get it in the movie?
I don't know. I just know like at the towards the end of the movie, like security was looking for him, and like he ran away. So I don't know.
He was hiding underneath the seats.
Oh, that's where the pee was.
Disgusting. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that was the first time I saw Endgame. Did not let it bother me. Saw it like 3 more times after that.
Nice.
So
Was there any peeing
mean-
men at the other 3 showings?
No, but I hope he doesn't return for Batman because this movie is longer than Endgame. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
This is 3
And
hours.
He could do more things in that time span. So
You know, usually
and it's
when I
the same
take
theater.
when I take dates, they miss out watching the movie because they're busy.
Yeah, when you take
Yeah.
take dates.
What are
You're
they
taking
doing?
a date to see Batman Psycho?
Yeah, you know,
Oh, you are?
they're busy.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, I'm gonna take a date. I don't know who yet, but
My wife doesn't like to go.
Maybe that's how the homeless person got in. He's just like, hey, you want to go on a date?
Maybe.
yeah,
Shout out to Vic the Click
Oh.
with a $2 super chat. Appreciate you, sir. He says, "Here comes the red. Oh, the 3D superpower 3-bit has. Oh yeah. I was like
It's a
blue circle,
thing.
red circle. What is that?
Okay, it lasted for years.
I
Okay,
forgot all
it's
about that.
actually-
Yeah, I did too.
Like, for those who don't know, I don't know what episode we talked about this. Was this on FunPop
Yeah.
I
think
had
so.
to have been, yeah.
or was it Ultimate? I watched Spy Kids 3D, and I would watch that movie every single day, right? And the movie comes with these
Mama
red
knows.
and blue glasses. It's like these silver edges, red and blue glasses, and I would
Yeah.
watch it every single day, to the point where even when I would take off the glasses, I would only really see. I saw a tint of red and blue in my eyes for years because I watched that movie so many times.
I
And
think
I
that
would-
movie had two different modes. It had a 3D mode and a normal mode if you didn't have the glasses. So are you sure you just weren't watching the normal mode?
No, I would always watch the. No, I mean like, everything. I would see it in life. Okay, and then the red, like I would like block my eye, and this would be red, and that would be blue, and I would only really see it when I covered my eye. It was kind of, I was worried for many years. And I think my sisters had the same thing. So if you guys watch red and blue 3D glasses for a long time, just watch a bunch of movies with red and blue glasses, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to see 3D without the glasses.
Okay, next
Just
time you
be-
stream with your sister, I'm gonna have to ask that
Yeah.
question, like during your Q&A.
Yeah, you know what's really weird, 3-bit? I
Yes.
can see 3D without the glasses right now.
You probably should get that checked out.
I mean, everything around me is 3-dimensional. It's crazy.
It's almost like we're
It's like almost like I can
we're
reach
all
out and touch it.
in-
Oh, I can.
yeah.
It's amazing. It's 4D.
It's a thing. I haven't looked it up on Google or anything, but I'm sure
Okay,
there are people out there.
let's look this up on
Yeah.
Google's.
Like me.
Can 3D glasses
I was gonna say something like,
cause?
for a short term after wearing them, you might see it, but it'll
Red.
go away in a few minutes.
Is that what it says? Red and
Probably
blue
not.
issues with eyes.
It lasted
I don't
like
know.
a couple years, easily.
It must be a gene thing.
Maybe.
It's
I've
the
inherited
Portugal side in you.
Maybe you're a
The
mutant.
mutant gene.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a mutant. The red and
What a superpower!
red and
Well,
blue
like, super.
3D glasses.
Oh my
give
God.
you-
Is it 3D bit? Is that why? Are you really
3D.
3D bit? But like your like real name that you go by alias is 3-bit.
Why are you exposing my secrets?
Just a thought.
Were you on that show Stanley's Superhumans?
I forgot that was a show.
I love that show. They had like a guy that blew up like a hospital like water thing. You know, the things that hold the hot water.
IV bag? Oh,
No, that like they have like, you know, the bags that hold like hot water in them. You know, like the really thick like rubber bags.
Oh,
Right.
the red ones.
Yeah, they're like reddish color. But they had a guy
Yeah.
who's so strong winded he could blow that up and pop it. You know, there was like guys that could like hear really well and stuff like that. So weird. Yeah, I mean it was a fun concept because I remember that they had one guy that kept getting kicked in the nuts. Like, oh, he feels no pain, right? He has no pain tolerance.
Why would you want to watch this show?
It was a Stan Lee show like, on TV about how there's real mutants among us. I mean, who wouldn't want to watch that show?
there was some dude that like anything that touched his tongue would like light up like a light bulb or whatever. It was like electric tongue or some shit.
Yeah. They had a guy that could withstand cold temperatures as well. Like he could like sit in an ice bath for a really long time.
And there's one guy that had like magnetic skin, so they was just like putting spoons and forks in the, you know?
Oh yeah, I
How
remember
do you
that.
find that stuff out?
I don't know. I guess if I guess it's the
Well,
first
how
time
did
you try and
find out
grab
you
a
see 3D?
I guess the first time you try and grab a spoon and it gets stuck to your hand, I'd be like, what the hell?
That's because I just started seeing red and blue in my eyes.
I'm sure it happens the same for everybody. You know? Imagine
If
eating a
you
bowl of
watch it
cereal and you
long
try and
enough.
put your spoon down and it won't come off your hand. You're like, what the hell? I'm a magnet.
I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it's
Should we actually talk about something besides random nonsense?
well, I mean, we didn't really finish what our thoughts with the Batman, what we've seen so far.
I don't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
think we even started our.
We didn't even start. Yeah. We
Yeah,
didn't even-
Exactly.
So yeah, the Batman movie is coming out on Thursday night, and it's got rave reviews. Rave reviews. It's sitting currently right now at like a 86, 87 on Rotten Tomatoes. We're getting mixed results depending on the person that searches. What is it currently at right now? Is it
If you go to Rotten Tomatoes, it says 87, but if you go to like Forbes.com, it says 86.
so Rotten Tomatoes
I
is at
don't-
87. Forbes is probably just a little outdated then.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so
like when they first dropping
No,
in
86.
reviews, it was 96.
I mean the reviews are
So-
still dropping because I just saw 217 a little while ago, and now it's at 218, right? So it is currently sitting at a 218 reviews at a 86% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. And the way Rotten Tomatoes works is it's based on the percentage of reviewers that think it's good, that give it like a positive review, because a lot of the reviewers don't give like scores for movies. So it's like, did you like the movie or did you like it? Is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, like Siskel and Ebert style, right? So it's either fresh or it's rotten according to Rotten Tomatoes. 86% of critics on Rotten Tomatoes said it's a good movie, that they recommend it, and we kind of, before the show started, we kind of ranked that according to the other Batman movies, right? And it's currently sitting at the same fresh rating as Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight had like a 94, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
94.
So that's by far the highest still. And then Batman Begins had like a 81, I think y'all said. And then the other, like earlier Keaton movie had like a 71 or something like that, or something. Anyway, overall it's great. Now this isn't a barometer 100% of like an actual score, because the way this is just percentage of critics. So I've even found that sometimes movies that are certified rotten or whatever on here, a lot of times it's a fan favorite, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people actually are enjoying this Uncharted movie. I'm not saying it's like something special, but I haven't seen it yet. But people are actually liking it, giving it very positive comments, but like it's certified rotten on Rotten Tomatoes, right? Now where I think this is going to come into really become interesting is when we see the IMDb score, like the user ratings and the user ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, and can be able to compare this to the other Batman movies. Now this is a 3-hour movie, so this is the longest one we've had by far, and I think it's going to be potentially going to be an argument after all said and done of from a lot of people what is the best Batman. I got to see it first, but according to a lot of these stuff, I mean, IGN said 10 masterpiece, right? Like I don't see them doing that for very many movies, and a lot of the critics actually that do give scores gave really, really high, right? Then you have a few critics that don't like it, so it's going to be kind of polarizing. But I'm going to be interested to see where this ranks, like among fan ratings after it's all said and done. So we'll know more Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, when all the masses get to see it, and how Twitter reacts and what everybody's saying. You remember how Spider-Man No Way Home, some of the earlier feedback came out and it was like not so hot, but then like the more critics got it, it was like, okay, it's good. And then it came out and everybody was like, oh my gosh, it's the best Spider-Man movie ever, you know?
I do think that the audience score is going to just be a little lower, like maybe 5 or 10 points, just given the fact that it's the Twilight dude playing Batman, and a lot of people are just going to go and be like, it's Twilight dude, negative. It's like,
you don't think he can win them over in the middle of the show?
yeah.
They won't even watch it, and they're gonna.
Yeah.
It's just like review bombing video games.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, people love a good underdog story. Look at Heath Ledger, you know.
Yeah.
Like no one ever before Dark Knight came out, everyone was saying like, "Oh,
Heath
he's
Ledger,
gonna be the
the
worst Joker."
Yeah. Okay, he was in a lot of like movies where he kind of played like the romantic comedy type person, or like, you know, he was like in Knight's Tale. You know, he was in I wouldn't call it a romantic comedy, but he was in Brokeback Mountain. He was in
there was some romance in that.
Yeah, he was in what was the other movie? Oh yeah, 10 Things I Hate About You?
10
I think
things, yeah. 10 things
he was in The
About You.
Patriot. He played the son, you know, and in that movie, and he was always kind of like, you know, supposed to be like the, you know, the charming, good-looking guy or whatever, right? And in this movie, in Dark Knight, he is like, I mean, that's a big time role.
And
right?
I still feel like there hasn't been a Batman that's that is close to the comic, and I'm like, that is Batman. You know how Marvel, there's a couple castings where you're like, that's Iron Man, that's
Adam West,
Y and Z. No.
See,
Not
but
at
the thing,
all.
personally,
Yeah.
they haven't given Ben Affleck a chance to sell us what his Batman. They just got him with Superman. It was, to me,
He was the closest, I think, to how I imagined the character, but
he's like
I think Robert Pattinson has the
he was like later in the generation of Batman, where he's finally like, I don't give a fuck. He's doing more violence, things like this is pretty much year one Batman. So we'll see how, you know, he's could fly off the hinge. You know, that's why he was kind of go. I wouldn't say he kind of lost his shit when he was fighting, but he's not pulling punches. He's not restraining himself. You know, he has the death of his parents still fresh in his mind. So that's what we're seeing here. So
yeah, year one Batman is interesting.
I think the Dark Knight though was closer to the comics, like story wise, because it showed like Batman training with like Ra's al Ghul and stuff, and then like
that's true.
I feel like that's like the closest comic one we've had, at least story wise. Maybe not like action and stuff, but yeah.
True. Yeah.
Story wise, yeah.
Because I'm thinking about the older ones, like with Tim Burton, that maybe aesthetically, Tim Burton was first.
Yes.
In terms of like how Gotham was perceived.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure off of Tim Burton's movies, they took that. It was like, I think his movies inspired the comics, actually, if I'm not mistaken. And then that was the look of Gotham ever since then, unless I'm wrong, which is possible.
The 90s is they did take from those movies and made it more dark and dreary.
It's like gothic almost.
And because that, like, to me, Tim, you said it perfectly. Like, Tim Burton's movies were aesthetically what you imagine Gotham to be, you know. Story wise, you know, it was what it was. It was the 80s. So they kind of, but they weren't that bad. They were probably the best comic movies to that point back then. So
the thing that Tim Burton was able to do, though, like, which was amazing, is he was able to take Batman, which is a grounded thing, but like in the comics, it also goes into not very grounded territory, right? Like, I mean, so you had like the Penguin, right?
Or Poison Ivy. Or
Yeah,
Mr.
well,
Freeze.
and the Poison Ivy and those guys came from the non-Burton ones, like the Robin and Forever. I don't think Tim Burton directed those ones, did he? I think he just directed.
No,
No.
I was just talking about the villains. But
Yeah.
you're right.
But like the Joker and the acid, the whole thing that happened there, right?
Woman.
Catwoman. Yep. With so he was able to take it more into the actual comic style, where it's like kind of shit that happens doesn't really make sense in the real world, but it still feels grounded, like Batman is still grounded, right? And Christopher Nolan's movies were great, and I do think they followed what you guys are saying, like the stories with the Ra's al Ghul and all that kind of stuff, but they never took it out of the realm of like
It's New York
to like supernatural shit, right? Like because
Yeah.
like there was no like they had a like real actual reason, real world answer for everything.
Yeah.
Right. There was not like a Catwoman that like died and then came back because the cats licked her alive.
Bane wasn't some like super brute with like
yeah,
wires
he didn't have
on him.
wires.
He was
All
just a
shooting out.
big
He's
dude.
just a big guy, right?
Pumped
That
up,
Scarecrow
Venom.
just had like the hallucinogen stuff, which is kind of pretty normal, but like for that character. But like, there's no Poison Ivy. There's no Mr. Freeze. They really stayed away from all that stuff. I would say the closest thing they got to that was Two-Face. But then he just kind of wasn't really a big character after the accident happened to him. He just kind of was there, and he made an appearance.
Yeah.
He made an appearance in Dark Knight Rises, but it was only like a little cameo type thing in that courthouse or whatever. But other than that, it was like really grounded. It was great movies. But I would really love to see if Matt Reeves' take on Batman could take that grounded aspect and then launch this franchise into some other Batman stuff,
think
where we can
he
have a
said
Poison
he
Ivy
wanted-
and all that shit.
We're
wanted
supposed to
Mr.
get a
Freeze.
trilogy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it's DC, so we'll cancel it next year when they remake
Ooh,
Batman.
Like DC, I have so many problems with DC. They know how to do a character well, and that is Batman. I will say that. They know how to do Batman very well in the movies. I wish they
Well, when you try it
them
20
up.
times, you better get something right.
I know they've done Batman quite a few. I would say like even in their other mediums, like Batman is where DC knows they know the character pretty well,
Yeah.
and they know how to make good movies out of it. Now they are starting to do pretty good like content with like the Peacemaker. Is that what is it? Is that Peacemaker? with
Peacemaker.
John
Yeah,
Cena?
HBO.
Yeah, and some other content, but what Mav was saying with like how grounded he is, I think DC is really embracing the fact that Batman doesn't have powers, and they're really going for that realism where you can believe it's happening sort of world. Like that's why they keep hiring people like to do movies like The Joker, for example, where it's pretty much you could picture that happening in real life in terms of how grounded it is. But I think I seen an interview with Matt Reeves where he was saying that he would love to do the Mr. Freeze storyline. I think he said that, and that would be really cool. And I understand why he would want to go that route, because if you guys ever watched the animated series of Mr. Freeze, it's actually really sad.
It's about saving his wife, right?
Yeah.
Like
He's like saving his wife. He's just basically trying to save his wife.
Mhm.
And he is conflicted with how to do that exactly. I think the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie sort of touched on that, did it?
Yeah,
I
I think so.
It's been a while since I seen that one.
Not as much as they did in the games, though.
The Arkham game really covered it.
Yeah, they did a really good job.
Oh.
But like, yeah, Mr. Freeze, like, there's so many. That's the thing about all these Batman movies, right? Like, there's so many villains that are like some of the most famous classic villains of all time in comics, and we don't even really get them. We only get the ones that they can make believable.
I think it's hard for like DC's gonna run into a problem, I think, where like all their like heroes that they're putting out, like kind of now, like Batman, if they keep doing that and making it grounded, like it's just like him with advanced gadgets, or whatever, I think they're going to run into a problem where when they do get to like super powered people, it's just going to be like an unfair fight. Like Superman would just like kick Batman's ass, you know? It's
or
like,
it just won't. They'll run
But
to the problem where it doesn't feel real.
But they
Yeah.
did that
Anyways.
with Zack Snyder pulled that off with Ben Affleck, right? Like, and it felt believable with the way he did that. You know, like I think actually, like as a character, Ben Affleck's Batman and that whole concept, because he had all the gadgets, he had the badass suit, he was brutal. They had him like swinging around like crazy fast with his grapple shot. He had him like hide and duck in the corners, you know, of like buildings and stuff like that. Like, it made him feel like super special, even though he's like an ordinary guy, right? And like he could keep up with these people that are like gods, right? And I think that I need to find a way over the course of this movie to take this year. I think it's year 2, like year 2 Batman into this world where he's going to face those challenges. Because I don't want another series like the Nolan ones where it's so grounded that anything out of the realm of possibility doesn't happen, right? So because then that means we don't get a Mr. Freeze, we don't get a Poison Ivy, and we don't get all these other characters that we love. And what worries me a little bit about it is what we've seen from like the Penguin, right, and stuff, and the Riddler. They kind of seem like more of, okay, these are just the two people that we can make believable, like real people, right?
well, maybe it'll kind of do like, if this is like there's restarting point, like 'cause who the hell knows what DC is? They restart every like few years. If this is the restarting point, maybe they'll do something like Iron Man. How Iron Man movies, like his villains were just like normal people, kind of like him, just got tech.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like, and then you can start spinning off your other heroes to like actually have superpowers. Then you can introduce Batman into those movies.
Well, it also, to your point too, this gives a bigger opportunity for that than any of the other movies because it is year 2 Batman, right? So because if you have a younger Batman who is involved with the Justice League and is involved with all these other things, you can introduce all of these things over time, and the problems get worse and bigger, like you said, like they happen kind of Iron Man, right? That's what I want to see for DC. I want to see this big universe unfold over a course of time, right? And this maybe has that potential, but like I need to, I hope we get that. And I think the more successful this movie is, the more chance we'll have of that. The question is, what will they do with it? Like, how will they be able to handle it properly, right?
If this movie is successful as in the realm of Nolan Ryan's Batman, because they gave that a trilogy, if it's successful as those Batmans, at least this one right now, then like money wise, if it does really well, then we will see the trilogy come out of the series with Rob Pattinson.
He's already said he would like to on a live interview that I watched.
Oh yeah. But if it does not do well financially, it's what Warner Brothers does. They just kill it. They kill it without giving it what it deserves. It's one of those movies. You've done Batman so many times. It's not the fans' fault if they're weary on if they if they should watch it or should invest time into this character, because look what they're doing with Superman with Harry Cavill, and what they did
no sense to me
with Cyborg, and all these iconic hero actors are playing these heroes that people love, and then Warner Brothers like, we can find other ones. Like, no, you really can't. When you get a fucking gem, nurture it so you can ride off the coattails and get the truck full of cash that you guys want.
The problem was they never gave. The problem was they never gave us a chance to even see what that pure vision was originally, because they chopped it up and messed it up so damn bad that when they released it, it wasn't what we should have got in the first place. Like, because we should have had the Snyder cut, right? Could you? I granted you're not going to release a 4.5 hour movie at the theaters, right? That's not going to happen. Okay. However, like, you could have still had a version of that, what we saw with the Snyder cut, as opposed to what we ended up getting. you know,
what they could have done this easily. They could have given us the Snyder cut version. If they were gonna cut it up, they could have given us a Snyder cut director's version at theaters. Let it air. They can air it like maybe twice a day, and then this whatever cut they wanted from, you know, if they wanted them to cut it up. And I guaranteed that if movie theater people saw that more people are going to these regular 4.5 hour movie, they will have more showings of that. People, then studios are like, oh, people will sit through a 4 hour movie. I mean, people sat, what was it, 4 hours for Pearl Harbor, the movie?
Oh, was it
back
that
then,
long?
yeah,
4
No,
hours.
no, it was
Movies.
No, there's no
movies
way
used
that
to be
movie's
a lot
that
It
longer.
was it was like 3 hours and 45 minutes, so 15 minutes less shy of 4 hours. Sorry, it was
Yeah,
long.
That was Michael
It
Bay
was-
movie, wasn't it?
3 hours and 3 minutes.
How many?
3 hours and 3 minutes.
Oh, 3 hours 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Then I have the extended cut then.
How long was
Yeah, I
Titanic?
mean-
Titanic was really long.
Titanic was like 2
250 something?
VHS tapes long.
3 hours and 14 minutes.
But people will watch a movie. If it's something that they want to watch, they're gonna sit and watch through it. If it's too long, you think it's too long, then you can have an intermission like they did back in the day. I remember, here's a 5-minute or 10-minute intermission. Parents go out, smoke a cigarette, or go to the bathroom, and then
I don't
come
want to
back
watch
and then-
dancing raisins on the screen while everybody else
Getting
goes and takes a
popcorn.
piss. You know.
Let's all go to the theater.
Yeah, let's like the whole theater goes out. You're just sitting there. Every guy in the theater's peeing in the stalls all next to you, and you go and sit down next to each other at the same time.
Like, wow.
let's all get back there.
And no one washed their hands.
Yeah,
when they're eating
and then you see
popcorn
the
from bucket.
popcorn piss hands going into their mouth, or they got wiener hands, just all over their. It's gross.
Oh, it was let's all go to the lobby. That's what it was, not the theater. Let's all go to the lobby. That
Let's all
was the
go
song.
to the lobby.
Grab ourselves a snack or something like that.
There was
Yeah,
so.
I mean-
I used to love those like theater intro cuts. Like Cinemarks used to be amazing. It had like this dancing like cat guy. It
nice.
was really cool. Yeah, I was a kid and I was like, I wanted to be that cat. He was badass. I don't remember his name.
I'm the guy that gets there early to sit there for the trivia and the fucking all that bullshit that they do before the movie.
Hey,
Yeah, 'cause
there's so many fucking Allstate ads and shit. I'm like, get the hell out of here.
See, I'm the guy that wants to watch the trailers. People like my ex.
I love
She's
watching
like-
trailers.
My ex is like, the movie starts in like a half hour. Why do we have to leave? If it starts at 3:30, why do we have to leave at 2:45 to get there? I'm like, because we got to watch the trailers. And she's like, no, that's dumb. And her kids were like, yeah, we want to see the trailers too. And I'm like, how about this? You drop us off. I'll take the kids to go see the movie, and then you come back and you find us.
Yeah, that's because sometimes they will show exclusive trailers and stuff in there.
For if it was Warner Brothers, you'll see so if you want to go see Superman, they're going to show either whatever new Warner Brothers movie is coming out. That's usually what happens. Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
but the good trailers are like for the movie, like before the movie, like cut, like the 5 minutes before the movie starts. That's where the good trailers are. So it's like whatever.
Yeah.
Because
That's what I like.
there's like the theater trailers and then there's the movie trailers. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good movie though. Batman.
I do too.
If we were to summarize our thoughts, what would you guys rate the movie just based off of the trailer?
Oh wow.
3?
Oh my
You
god.
didn't like
Really?
the trailer?
No.
A 3 out of
Oh,
5.
shit.
Okay, there you go.
No, a 3 out of 10.
10.
Wow, you
I
hated
don't
the
know,
trailer?
I like Nirvana's In Bloom that they played.
I am
I think-
vengeance.
Was it In Bloom or was it
I hated his car, and then when he was in the prison, he was like talking to someone. His voice sounded like shit. So I'm like,
Oh no, Jasper.
this is like you said, this is year one, so like it's a prototype of
Yeah.
a Batmobile.
Yeah.
So like To me, I did not like Nolan Ryan or Nolan. Why am I keep saying
Are
Nolan?
you talking
Ryan?
about the man with the 103-mile-an-hour fastball? Is like one of my
Yeah, 500 fucking strikeouts.
Is it my Texas Rangers hat? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
3,000 over 3,000 strikeouts. I think over 5,000.
Christopher Nolan,
the bat tank,
7
I
no
don't
hitters.
like the bat tank. I didn't like that. I like Ben Affleck's Batmobile. That was more what you would see from the comics and the animated series. And
but see, like the thing with Christopher Nolan's Batmobile, like the first the first movie, like I was like, I don't like it, but like later on when it started showing like the tank evolving, like going into a motorcycle, I was like, that's Batman. Like his car can turn into multiple shit.
that was cool. That I was like, all right, that was neat.
See, what I hope is we have this, and that over time he turns into that, right? We see a progression, right?
I think we will. I think we'll see the progression and the evolution of the Batmobile. We'll see the evolution of the Batcave
and the character,
character as Batman, and with possibly if they do the love interest with Selena Gomez. Selena?
Yeah.
Is it Selena Gomez? Catwoman.
No, Selena Kyle. Selena Gomez is a singer.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I was like,
and
what
this
is
is
I was like, she's in this movie.
That Selena Kyle is Catwoman's name, but the actress is Zoe Kravitz, right? I think it's Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz, it is. I saw that earlier. But that, so we can see that. What I would want to see, because they were about to give it to us with the end of fucking Christopher Nolan's Batman, is Nightwing. Where the fuck is Nightwing?
Yeah, if this follows progression, we're gonna get this way later, because we got to first introduce a young Robin.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
but you know what? But
that's like movie 6.
Yeah.
These are the things that can happen.
Yeah.
And come out of this if it does well.
When Robert Pattinson's in his 40s, we'll get a Nightwing. Maybe it is in his 50s.
Yeah, he's cleaned up Gotham. He's getting tired of.
So let's play the game here, right? Let's play a game. All right, hypotheticals. We have this grounded real world. Okay, where could this go? Right, where could this go? We got Catwoman's cast. We got a casting for Penguin. We got a casting for the Riddler. We kind of know the aesthetic. We got Batman. So we know the direction here. Now let's progress over time. Who could we see in this world playing these characters? Do we think this is also the same universe with the Joker from Joaquin Phoenix? Could it be?
I had that,
because those guys in that train, that subway train, kind of look like the Joker guys,
I had the thought that possibly this could be in the same universe, because we were talking about, I forget who because we were talking about it fucking months ago, but I forget who's the one that like put the two together, like, hey, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker could be in this Batman universe, and it could be because he's right now at the Arkham Asylum, and he could get out by the time maybe the second movie or third movie. So we'll see.
Is he at his Arkham Asylum now? Oh, did he end up there at the end of the Joker? I don't remember, because he was in an asylum. I don't know if I'm assuming it was Arkham because that's where they were. Right.
Gotham.
I don't just remember how it ended. The last thing I remember was like the city flooded.
Doesn't that movie take place in like the 60s or something though?
No.
It takes place when
talking about Joker.
No.
Yeah.
It only when he was a kid. It showed flashbacks of when he was a kid.
Oh, okay, maybe that's.
And then it goes like a modern day, right? And but yeah, timing wise, like would it work with this Batman? Because when he was a kid, he also saw Batman as a kid. I think in that movie,
that
right?
Could be the person who inspired Joker rather than Joker.
That's a good theory.
Dumb.
Yeah, like people say, like Joaquin Phoenix is the person who inspired the Joker.
Like a young impressionable Joker's watching TV and he sees that and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this. That's cool."
Yeah.
So
who knows?
That's an interesting theory, dude, because that could be the same universe too. It just the vibe of the movie trailer and then this kind of all seems like it could play in the same world, right? And it would be interesting to see. But besides that, okay, let's play a casting. Let's say this does go in that interesting way. Who would we talked about Mr. Freeze and stuff. Who would you guys want to play Mr. Freeze in this world?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Bring him back.
It would be like it would have to be someone that's
Nolan Ryan.
like,
I'm just kidding.
yeah, the pitcher that 500 strikeouts. No,
5,000.
It would have to be some like
5,714
looking dude.
I say Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston would be a good one. That's a great. Yeah.
Is he the guy from Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah, he's the guy on Breaking Bad, Malcolm in the Middle. I love that show. You know what? I'm gonna rewatch that show tonight. Thank you, Psycho.
Which one?
Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh yeah, it's a good show.
Such a good show.
Yeah, Brian would probably could pull off Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, because I was thinking like of a couple different actors who could do it. He's like, because Mr. Freeze he's not old, but he's like kind of mature, and Brian, he's getting up there, so I think he can shave his head and pull it off.
You think so?
Yeah, well, he did it for. You did for Breaking Bad.
Walter, yeah.
That's not a bad pick. Jeez, there's so many like.
You guys.
Okay, yeah, Psycho. Who do you think?
See, if they're gonna pick someone, they could pick like the guy that plays the Mountain in Game of Thrones. I forget the guy's freaking name. He's like the Austrian freaking power lifter. They could have him as Bane that gets injected with the venom, and he's just like he's just transformed. That dude is massive.
Yeah,
and all he has is spandex, a mask, and then he has the hookups. I mean, that'd be a perfect Bane that is hit the venom button and just went ripped. That guy, because he doesn't really need to talk, and when he does talk, it's pretty much mumbles, and you really, because he's so jacked up.
He's actually, it depends on which version of Bane they would do. Like Bane is actually, he's like a Spanish wrestler, right?
That I don't know.
Bane?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah. Like in the comics, he's like the reason why he wears like a luchador mask.
I just remember like in the cartoons from like the 90s, like when he was just like the skinny like guy, and then they injected him and turned into this big roid freak, right?
Did he have an accent?
I think he's just like Bane.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was like a wrestler, like a luchador wrestler, and he wanted to get stronger because he wanted to like win all the wrestling matches.
Right.
So he like injected himself with like venom and steroids.
I'll say Daniel Day-Lewis could play Mr. Freeze.
Or he would kill it. He kills everything.
Yeah.
Like every role he's in, he absolutely masters.
I was thinking Bruce Willis, but
Bruce Willis could do it. He's already bald, so he'd fit.
I was just like, I think he would work better if they went like more of the Mr. Freeze story and like talked about his wife and stuff. I feel like he would play more.
Never mind. Bruce Willis would kill it. That's a good choice. Yeah. I just thought about the movies he was in. He's actually a good actor. I take it back. Yeah, he would be good.
What do y'all think? Tom Hanks could do it, or it'd be weird?
Yeah.
What about Tobin Bell, that Jigsaw?
Tobin Bell.
He's the guy that plays Jigsaw.
No, he would be Scarecrow.
Oh, he would be a good Scarecrow. I think Rami Malek would be a good Scarecrow. He looks kind of like.
There's
funny.
that one like Batman villain they had in the Arkham games. It was like Professor Pig or whatever. It was like a serial killer that wore a pig mask and like went around and like shot people up around the city, and you had to be like a detective and like go look for him. Like if they do like a Batman detective game, like they have like a serial killer like that, and Batman has to like find him. But
what about
Vic says Bane is mixed.
Bane, yeah, you could do like tons of. Bane and fucking Dark Knight Rises was amazing, right? I would say you recast Tom Hardy, but have a different version of Bane. You make him like even like crazier, right?
I was actually thinking that, but I was like, dang, I don't think they would do.
Yeah.
I actually really loved his performance as Bane, and I would like to see it again.
Oh yeah, iconic, right? I mean, he was the main. Like if Bane wasn't amazing in that movie would have like not been very good, right, at all.
In charge. Love it.
I was born.
I was born in the darkness.
Molded by.
Me personally, I think they could have done a little bit better with Bane, because Bane was just a huge roided, jacked up dude when he was on Venom.
Yeah, and then when he got ready to fight, he would like inject himself more, so he would be like super strong.
Or punishment must be much more.
But you remember that one part where in the fight of Dark Knight Rises, where Batman he like cuts off one of his valves, and he gets pissed, and Tom Hardy's like, and he starts punching him against the wall. I don't know, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that whole opening scene in that movie was badass with the plane.
Oh yeah.
They like broke a plane in half or whatever.
Yeah, he just jumped out. I was like, what the hell's going on? You know. Yeah, it was bad. That was badass. So how about all right, so we got Bane, we got Mr. Freeze, we got hypothetically Joker, you could say Joaquin Phoenix. But who what about Poison Ivy now? She's another icon.
I thought he was gonna say Robin.
Well, he's next.
Poison Ivy.
Remember, Poison Ivy's got to always flirt with Batman to try and get his like interest, like, and use it against him.
Tom Holland is Robin.
Scarlett Johansson.
Tom Holland's too old to be Robin. You need to have like a young Robin.
Rachel Wood.
Rachel Wood.
Yeah, she would be a great Poison Ivy. She's in Westworld. If you guys ever watched Westworld, she's the main character in Westworld. That's directed by Christopher Nolan's brother, and also Ryan Nolan and J.J. Abrams, I think.
I don't know if that's his name.
Is it not Ryan Nolan?
No, Psycho kept saying that earlier. I was just doing a callback.
That'd be fun if it is Ryan Nolan. Hold on, what's Christopher Nolan's brother's name? Nolan. They direct pretty similarly. It's kind of cool. Brother.
I'll say Nolan Ryan.
Jonathan Nolan.
Nolan Ryan.
No.
Again. Nolan Ryan's in everything.
But yeah, Rachel Wood. She's a fantastic actress, and I think she'd be good.
Who's that one fiery redhead? She was. It was a Netflix movie.
A fiery. You know, they can dye people's hair too, so it doesn't have to be a redhead by default. But yes.
But you have that skin complexion because it's light.
Yeah. I get you.
You know, because natural redhead is more. I forget what she was in. How they can even have Sansa from Game of Thrones.
Put a picture in the chat.
I have the perfect one, I think. From Jumanji, and also from she was Nebula. It was the
Doctor Who chick, Amy.
Karen is.
Yeah, that's the chick I'm talking about.
No, not her. Karen Gillan. Karen Gillan.
That's who played Nebula. Was the Doctor Who chick.
Karen Gillan is Doctor Who.
I don't know.
No, not Doctor Who. She was it was Matt Smith's sidekick.
Yeah.
That's the chick I'm talking about.
That's who played Nebula. I don't know her name, but
it's Karen Gillan. She was in Jumanji. She's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, that's
She plays
the redhead
Nebula.
I'm thinking about.
Right. So there's her, and then there's also the girl that they tried to get to play Jean Grey would probably make a good Poison Ivy.
Yeah, that's Sansa.
You see the
Oh, is it?
picture I
Okay.
sent in the chat?
Was
I don't know.
that?
She doesn't have range though. Did you see the picture I put in the chat?
You put a picture in the chat.
And
In our
Twitter
DMs.
oh
Yeah.
Yeah, Karen Gillum and yeah, she would that girl would make a good Poison Ivy too. All right, so
That's a very nice.
yeah, we're they don't even need a casting department. We just did it for them. Make this happen over the years.
Now pay up.
Right. All right. So next
points.
little thing we get to talk about, and then we'll call it a night. Disney Plus is getting some more mature content, and they're gonna have rating services and stuff like or filters to be able to filter it out. And 3-Bit calls it Disney Underground, and we all loved that. So that's what we're calling it on this show. We're getting Disney Underground on Disney Plus, starting with the Netflix shows that are coming there, right? And are we excited about this? We're gonna get some more mature, possible content coming to Disney Plus. Is this going to affect the appeal of the service to families as well, like, or is it just going to actually make more people want to sign up?
Well, it makes me like Disney Plus even more now because I have more than just Star Wars and MCU. They might actually be able to get some like more mature content. Like they could start bringing back Deadpool. They can bring back Deadpool into the streaming service now since they own that. So
it opens up. Choice. I didn't know they would go this route of. I mean, we talked about this literally the last show, and I was like, "Oh, it should be called Disney Underground." But like, I didn't know they would just like, "Oh, we'll just put it on the service." But what we'll do is add an option for people, like basically like a parental lock.
Yeah, you can have that when you first sign up or when they first sign in, opt in. When it first shows up, just pop it up on the screen automatically for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, hey, do you want to see this stuff or no?
Yeah. I didn't think they would ever do that because it seems like a lot of the content that they own that's a little bit more mature. Like if you guys ever watch Cloak and Dagger, for example.
I watched the first season of that. Yeah.
Like they put that on Hulu, or all the mature other shows are like on Netflix. Now they're officially coming.
I wouldn't really call that a mature show, Cloak and Dagger, though. It's designed for teens.
It's more mature, but I'm talking more about like Daredevil and Punisher.
Yeah.
Like
that's 3-Bit's really sheltered. It's
no, that show.
It's about as mature as The Flash on CW. Yeah. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. I mean, it does like talk about race and some stuff and voodoo and. So it has some dark, but yeah, you're right. It's pretty much like a CW type show. I would say like the more mature content, like you were just saying, like Deadpool's on like Hulu right now, right?
I don't know.
Deadpool?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Disney owns Hulu.
Maybe it's coming to Netflix. Not sure.
MC owns it, so it would be coming to Disney.
I know, but
Disney also owns Hulu because they own Fox. So, like, I think eventually they'll probably just start moving all the Marvel stuff that's on Hulu probably over to Disney Plus since it's some of that's a little more mature.
Yeah, they got Runaways. That's another show they didn't put on Disney Plus. I don't. Oh, maybe they did. I just didn't see it. That's a Hulu show.
Do you think we'll ever see anything like DC as hardcore as like DC Titans or something like that show up on Disney Plus, or like Peacemaker?
You have to for certain characters like Moon Knight and Punisher, or even if they did a Venom show and put it on Disney Plus. I know Sony owns it, but then you kind of have to go that route. I don't know. People always talk about like when Deadpool was bought, is Disney going to Disney-fy Deadpool? And I would say probably, even though they said they won't. I'm pretty sure they will. But what they'll do is they'll make the movies R-rated, and whenever he's with someone else, obviously that's going to be toned down.
Right. Like if he's doing a team up, if he shows up in like an Avengers type movie, like a
Yeah.
right.
So,
Yeah, he won't be as vulgar, I would say. They will probably keep his dark sense of humor the same, but you won't hear or him do like no F-bombs. He probably won't be doing that kind of stuff, or dismemberment. He might not be doing that. But I think they're just his dark sense of humor where kids can't pick it up, but the adults are like, aha, I know what the fuck you talking about, buddy.
Yeah.
I think that will stay the same, because you can't totally clean up Deadpool. If you do, once you do that, you kill the character. So
you get X-23 and no one wants that.
No. Anyway, I'm excited to see what happens with Disney Plus, to see how much stuff this could potentially add to the service, right? And it give us a little bit something more for the grown-ups, right? That don't necessarily need to see everything toned down. That'd be cool. I'm hoping this does make it to where it's, because like for me, Disney Plus, like I want to pay for this service and get like everything that Disney makes, right? And that includes all the stuff in their vault, their library, all the stuff that they made previously, and the companies that they bought made previously as well.
Does Disney even make any movies?
any what?
Or I guess
M-rated?
yeah,
No.
R-rated.
R-rated,
I guess
yeah.
it'd be R-rated. I'm thinking of games.
I don't know if they do or not. Actually, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but they've bought companies that have a large library of them, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they might. Yeah, sorry.
Disney
fair.
doesn't, but they have studios that you don't even know is Disney that
Yeah,
does.
they bought Fox, so they could definitely put it, kind of
is
possibly.
Family Guy on Disney Plus.
He
I
is,
mean,
isn't
they
it?
own Simpsons. That's kind of raunchy sometimes.
Yeah, I
Right?
guess.
No, it's not.
If we
No.
see Family Guy and American Dad and like the Cleveland Show all come to Disney Plus, I will make my day.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little controversial.
You think
for
so?
Disney.
You think so, Peter?
Who owns it right now?
Is it?
Don't they own those shows now too?
Yeah, no, they do, but they're not on
Shit.
Disney Plus, like because it's Fox. Those are all
they're
Fox
on
shows.
Hulu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's on Hulu.
Yeah.
I want to see Bob's Burger.
And I think 3-bit to the Simpsons point, I think when they brought the Simpsons over, I think they removed some of the more raunchy episodes
Oh,
for
really?
Disney. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that was a big complaint. Like there's so many episodes are missing or whatever.
It didn't
That's
there wasn't
why
there a
it's surpri-
big
this
contro-
decision surprises me. That's why.
wasn't there a big
'Cause
controversy about a poo as well?
Oh
Winnie the
yeah,
Pooh?
it was
No,
a Pooh that
no.
A poo.
it was
Not
some
Winnie the Pooh.
it was a white dude that voices like Indian actor or something, so people didn't like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But, like such a great character. Like he was always such a great character on that show. It's Krusty the Clown who plays him. It's like Krusty the
I
Clown.
don't. The guy that plays a Pooh played like 5 other voices in the show.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
I hate my job.
Isn't it Krusty the Clown Jewish too? In the show, like
Yeah, and Sideshow Bob is his brother.
right.
Serial killing.
It's so funny, like these cartoons we grew up watching, like go into all these places and stuff, and now it's like, oh, you can't do that. You know what I mean? And it's like just like normal.
Except South Park, which is does whatever. it wants.
South
Yeah,
Park gets
well-
away with it, does whatever the hell he wants because it's on just a cable TV channel that has a lot of sketchy stuff, right? So
Yeah, because they don't. They because the parents are like, no,
This
my
is
kids
ours.
now.
yeah, come on, I was watching. How old were y'all when y'all started watching South Park?
Like
When
one.
it came out, when it was like paper construction.
Yeah, it came
Yeah.
out in I think the same year I was born.
You remember when it came out? Psycho was like
96.
Yeah,
yeah, it was like I remember I
started
was like
watching it.
12, 13 probably.
I started watching like 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, I was 16.
Wow, you're so far behind.
Yeah, I am.
new season just started a couple weeks ago.
I know.
What got me into it was the amazing games. Like, if you guys have not played those games, please do.
Yeah,
Both of them.
they're good.
I think Bethesda made them. Or
No,
Obsidian.
Ubisoft did.
Obsidian.
Wasn't it?
Obsidian.
Obsidian.
Yeah. The RPG elements.
Was it published
So,
by Ubisoft?
Yes.
Yeah, Ubisoft like published them, and then Obsidian made it.
Okay, it's August 13th, 1997 was the first episode.
Wow.
Oh, so I was 1 when it came out.
Yeah, I
Wow.
was 17 years old, folks.
Oh.
Yeah, I was 1997.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
God.
14.
I think I was like 4.
Yeah, it was crazy when we
was-
saw that. I was like, what? You know.
And in that same season, I think that's the anal probe one where Cartman had the anal probe.
Yeah,
Where
that's
it
one
was a
of the first
satellite dish.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, "What, guys? What are you talking about? Fat ass, there's a fucking satellite coming out of your ass."
That was just on the last week, and he's like, you know that feeling when you take a really big shit? He's like,
Ah!
and then it goes back in him, and then like they go, "Are you okay, Carmen?" He goes, "You know that feeling when the really big shit you just took goes back inside."
Yeah, there's no way I could have watched that as a kid. My parents would have banned.
Wow.
Definitely banned it.
It's
my
it's such
God.
a great show though. I mean, people got to be able to have a sense of humor about things. You know what I mean? Like now, like I get trying to like not have your little kids watch this stuff as well, right? So
I remember that celebrity wrestling show came on after it though.
celebrity
You
wrestling.
guys know what I'm talking about? It was like a celebrity wrestling, like
Celebrity
Deathmatch.
Deathmatch was on MTV, wasn't it?
That was MTV.
You talking about the
Yeah.
claymation one?
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think
Yeah, that was
think
MTV.
MTV
Was
had
it
it.
South Park, but didn't South Park? It was like on Comedy Central or something, and then
They might have gotten it after MTV was like, we're not gonna do this. I think South Comedy Central did pick it up.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Okay.
Like seeing the celebrities like
But
just tear each
yeah,
other.
dude. It was awesome.
Anyway,
Oh shit, here's Marilyn Manson.
that's gonna do it for the show, guys. I appreciate everybody watching. And Psycho, where can everybody find you, sir?
Yeah. Freaking chat, you guys are awesome. Brian, great to see you in chat tonight.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks for stopping out. Everybody, you guys are fantastic. Again, Mav, Jasper, 3-Bit, you guys are family. It's always fun doing this show with you guys where we can just talk pretty much whatever we want.
There's not a
And
whole lot
'cause
going
it's-
on, so we just kind of just shot the shit today.
Yeah, but hey, you know what though? We have great fans that come out and watch us and support us, and that's awesome. But you guys can find me everywhere, Psychonauts8 on social media. Find me Wednesdays here, 7:00, FunPop, and also Friday, 9:00 on Xbox Ultimate with the Grade 8, where this Friday, I think there's a game that's been out we might talk about. I don't know. I think there's something that came out we might talk about.
Well, Elden Ring.
No, Martha's dead.
Oh, we're gonna talk
Yeah,
about
of
that.
course, Elden
Is that
Ring.
out?
Yeah, that came out the same
Oh,
time as
okay.
Elden Ring, but no.
Oh, really? Wow, that's a bad decision.
No, you
No,
you
yeah.
didn't have it in time. It's like we talked about Elden Ring last week. There's gonna be zero Elden Ring talk this week. So sorry, man. No, I'm just kidding. We'll talk about we'll talk about Elden Ring again. And the amazingly talented man of many talents, 3-Bit. Where can everybody find you, sir?
Everyone can follow me on Twitter at i3bit. I'm on this show as well as Xbox Ultimate when I can Fridays, and I will see you guys in the next show. This was a great show. I love talking just nonsense and comics.
Yeah.
And that's my jam. That'll always be my jam. So
Super
see
fun.
you guys in the next show. Yep.
You too, man.
Your strawberry jam.
And then
man,
the realist.
grape.
Grape?
Grape. Yeah.
You're in Georgia. It's peach, isn't it?
Oh yeah. It's my
I do like a fuzzy Georgia peach.
Oh my god. Jasper the realist he expects Batman to be a 3 out of 10, I guess.
From the trailer.
From the trailer. Where can everybody find you? Will you be booing if the movie's bad, like in the theater?
I mean, I don't really care.
Yeah. You gonna spend your
Whatever.
$6 and go see it and
Yeah.
have a grand old time? Nice.
Jasper_gaming_ on Twitter, Jasper Gaming on YouTube. Link to all the panel members in the description below. Check them out. And yeah, Wednesday nights, FunPop. Friday, Xbox Ultimate. and catch you next time, I guess.
Yeah. And everybody, thank you so much. Remember, hit the notification bell, and also follow on Twitter at Fun Speculation. We can find all the updates on the channels. Tomorrow night's PM in the PM with Pong and I. And then Friday's Xbox Ultimate and Saturday's FSP. Have a good one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Later one.
FunPop. FunPop. FunPop.